It was the first day at MSU, and I was a nervous wreck. I mean, sure, everyone says first days are supposed to be exciting, but for someone like me, an introverted, hopeless romantic with a habit of overthinking everything, this day felt like it had the potential to be either the beginning of something amazing or, well, a total disaster. But as I walked through the school gates, I felt this tiny spark of excitement deep inside me, something I hadn't expected. Everything was new. The campus, the buildings, the people, everything. Felt like a blank page waiting to be filled with stories. And maybe, just maybe, today could be the start of my own love story. I tried to focus on my surroundings as the group of freshmen gathered for the campus tour. But then, out of nowhere, something caught my eye. There, scampering across the grass, was a tiny squirrel wearing, wait for it, a hoodie. I mean, seriously, where's a squirrel even find clothes that small? It was honestly the cutest thing I'd ever seen, and for a moment, I couldn't help but wonder if I had somehow stumbled into an alternate universe. I stared at the squirrel in disbelief, barely even noticing when the group began to move without me. But then blink, they were gone. Just like that. 1 second, I was marveling at a hoodie-wearing squirrel, and the next, I was alone in the middle of a massive campus. I panicked. My mind was racing. Okay, think. Where did they go? Great. My first day, and I was already lost. If I didn't find them soon, I'd probably have to send a distress signal or something. But before I could completely spiral into panic, a voice smooth and calm cut through my thoughts. Need some help? You look a little lost. I froze. My heart skipped a beat. I turned around slowly, almost like I was in some kind of slow-motion movie scene. There he was, the guy. I couldn't even describe him properly. His presence was just stunning. With tall, dark hair, sharp jawline, and a smile that could melt the coldest of hearts. He looked like he had stepped straight out of a dream. I swear, the sun seemed to shine just a little brighter as he stood there. His eyes were warm, like they could see through all the layers of me, the real me, not the shy girl I'd spent my whole life hiding behind. Was this real? Was I dreaming? Before I could stop myself, my heart was doing flips, and my body felt like it had forgotten how to function. Was I about to pass out? Probably. But then, just as I was about to lose it, he reached out. His hand. Are you okay? He asked softly, his voice like velvet. It felt like the world had paused for just a second as he steadied me with his hand at my waist, his touch warm and reassuring. Oh my God. My heart was literally doing somersaults now. I had to clear my throat to make sure I didn't sound like a complete idiot. Yeah. I'm fine. I was with the freshmen tour group, and I lost them. I was supposed to be going to the auditorium, but now I have no idea where they went, and I don't want to waste anyone's time. I started babbling, unable to control the nervous rambling pouring out of me, but he just smiled, that perfect smile, making the ground underneath me feel a little less solid, and said, well, you're not far off. The auditorium's this way. I can walk you there if you'd like. I was this close to actually dying of happiness. This was happening. He was walking me to the auditorium with him right now. Sure, thank you, I squeaked. Get a grip, Candy. Get it together. But my heart had no intentions of calming down. As we walked, I tried to act normal, but honestly, every step felt like a dream I didn't want to end. I tried not to stare too much, but the way he moved, the way he smiled, everything about him was just too perfect. I was trying so hard not to imagine what it would be like if we started talking more. What if we became friends? Or okay? Maybe let's not get ahead of ourselves. Focus, Candy. The walk was over too soon. He pointed at the big auditorium doors. Here you go, he said, looking at me as though he were trying to make sure I wasn't going to faint on him. Oh, thank you so much, I said, a little breathless, hoping I wasn't blushing. Please don't let me be blushing. No problem, he replied with a casual smile. And just as I thought he was about to leave, he reached into his pocket and pulled out something small. For your first day, he said, his voice suddenly more serious. A little good luck for you. He handed me a tiny, colorful candy. I stared at it for a moment, my mind still trying to process what had just happened. Did he just give me candy? I felt like I had just been handed something far more valuable, like a rare treasure. It wasn't just candy, it was symbolic. This was my good luck charm now. I was never eating this. No. It was going straight into my memory bank, a reminder of this perfect moment, this perfect guy. "Oh, thank you," I said again, a little dazed. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to eat it or keep it, but I was definitely keeping it. And just like that, he was gone. He turned and disappeared into the crowd. Before I could say anything else, I stood there for a moment, staring at the candy in my hand, feeling like I was floating. Did that really just happen? I kept asking myself over and over. It felt like something out of a movie, like a rom-com moment where the cute guy helps the awkward girl, and they fall in love in an instant. Was T's fate, was this some kind of cosmic sign? But just as I was about to head into the auditorium, I realized I hadn't even asked for his name. I hadn't gotten anything. All I had was the candy. I clutched it like a secret, like something I could keep all to myself. And just like that, the rest of the day felt like a blur. But that moment wasn't over. As I walked into the auditorium, trying to focus on the orientation, something kept nagging at the back of my mind. Where was he? Was I ever going to see him again? Maybe he was just a random guy, some kind of nice, dreamy distraction. But then just as the presentation began, I saw a face, a familiar face. Could it be him? The day had started like any other, but by lunch, I was already caught up in my own spiraling doubts. I walked into the crowded cafeteria, only to feel the weight of someone's gaze on me. I glanced up and saw a girl glaring at me from across the room. Her stare sharp enough to cut through steel. What dee-dee-do? Did I steal her seat? Or maybe she was just having a bad day. Before I could overthink it, she slid into the seat across from me, like she owned the place. I blinked, unsure whether to be intimidated or amused. Then she flashed a smirk. "Mind if I sit here?" she asked, her voice full of attitude. Sure," I mumbled, still unsure what was happening. Was I in trouble? Or just in a movie moment? "By the way, I'm Trixie. You're not mad at me, are you?" she asked, sensing my awkwardness. I chuckled nervously. No, I'm not mad. Just didn't expect you to sit here out of nowhere." Trixie laughed, and the tension lifted. Turns out, she wasn't some random girl with a scary stare. She was funny, confident, and, surprisingly, a romantic at heart. She had an encyclopedic knowledge of rom-coms, and loved talking about love stories. I was an introvert, but somehow we clicked instantly. Soon, we found ourselves talking about him, the guy I had met earlier, the one who made my heart skip a beat. Naturally, Trixie got way too excited. "Oh my God, girl, you have to track him down. He sounds perfect." And I'm like, the best at this kind of thing. She insisted. "Track him down?" I asked, confused. "But I barely know him. He's probably already taken." "Girl, you have to shoot your shot," she said. "Fate brought him to you. Don't let it slip away. Let's find him." Before I knew it, Trixie had spilled the whole story to her friend. Cass, of course, Cass wanted in on the mission, too. We became a team, and soon, we were hunting down every guy on campus who might be him. Trixie even handed me a clipboard to take notes on potential crushes. But then, one day, we finally found him. "There. That's him, Trixie," I said, pointing at a guy by the fountain in a blue hoodie. My heart raced. Was this really happening? I found myself walking toward him. A nervous wreck. But when he turned around and locked eyes with me, everything else seemed to disappear. And then he spoke. "Whoa. Back off, baby girl. You're not my type." I froze. "What?" Was he joking? Before I could even respond, Trixie was already ready to unleash her fury. "Excuse me? Who do you think you are?" she snapped, but I grabbed her arm and pulled her away, feeling embarrassed and confused. "We're leaving," I whispered, my heart in pieces. As we walked away, Trixie dropped a bombshell. "I know who he is," she said softly. "What do you mean?" "He's my brother." His name's Drew. My stomach dropped. He was Trixie's brother, the guy I thought was perfect for her family. This was too much to handle. I know it's a lot to process, Trixie said, but trust me, I've got your back. Just as I thought I could breathe again, Trixie's phone buzzed. She looked at it, eyes wide. You won't believe this. What now? To be continued.